What's up, Turtle Riders? Welcome to Uncle Turtle Boy's Late Night Garage Podcast. I'm going to let people stream in here while I go ahead right now, and I am sharing this live stream, which I expect to be an informational, interesting, good one. I'm sharing it on the Clarence Woods Emerson page, the Turtle Boy Sports Forever page, and the Turtle Boy regular Facebook page. Trying to get our subs up. Not our suboxons, our subscribers. We're trying to get our base up, so definitely the more you share. We're up to almost 7,500, so that's a nice little amount. We actually almost have as many followers on YouTube now as we do on some of the Turtle Boy pages, so that's good. Like to see that happening. I like to see our audience growing on here. The good word of the turtle is spreading. Let's keep the momentum going, shall we? So, just a reminder before we get this party started, folks, this episode of Uncle Turtle Boy's Late Night Garage Podcast is brought to you by our good friends over at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. They've been a very loyal advertiser for well over a year now. We graciously appreciate their support, and we like to throw them a bone whenever we can. If you have one of those old rickety garage doors, folks, where you got to come home, get out of your car, put the key inside of it, turn it, open it up, like a savage, get back in the car, drive into the garage, park the car, stop the car, get out, close the door, lock it with your hand. It's time to get with the times. Call up our friends at Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. They will come to your house that day. Or you can find them online at gdplus.com, see some of the other work they've done. It's fantastic. They have a great reputation in the community. They'll pretty much go anywhere in New England except for Coleraine. And they'll come over that day. They're going to give you a price that is so fair it will blow your doors off. No pun intended. My buddy Chris takes a lot of pride in the work that he does. They're probably going to get it done that day. They're going to give you a nice little clicker. You're going to press the button. Boom, garage door is going to go up. Press it again. Boom, garage door goes down. Garage Doors Plus in Quincy. Find them online at gdplus.com and make sure you tell them that the turtle sent you when you do, because they love, love, love to hear that. All right, folks. So, we have an interesting show tonight. I'm going to be talking about things have really escalated in the last couple of days with that story that it broke on Friday, and we talked about on the live show on Saturday about the mother, our stepmother, the evil stepmother from Fitchburg. No, she's not from Fitchburg. From Worcester, actually. We got that one wrong. She's from Worcester. The mother is from Fitchburg, so there was a little confusion there. And I don't even know where to start with this one, guys. It's so wild. Like, when I tell people about this, I was trying to explain this to my wife today, the story. It's like, it's so freaking wild and crazy. I've never seen anything like it before. Basically, it started off when a Facebook page by the name of Denise Ramos messaged me suggesting or accusing me of posting DCF documents about her ongoing dispute with somebody else. It said that, I forget if it said she was at fault for abusing the child or the stepmother was, whatever. It's like this woman doing this. I'm like, I don't know who you are. I didn't post about you. I looked at the thing. I'm like, oh, this is photoshopped. Somebody took a screenshot of an earlier post we made with the same number of likes and comments and everything, and then they just put your DCF documents on it. So somebody's playing you. And I tried to, explain this to her, and she wanted no part of it, and she was just being really confrontational. Come to find out, this was all by design. The person on the Denise Ramos account wanted me to blog about Denise Ramos. Why? And that's why they were acting all ratchet and all, confrontational and whatnot. And they were accusing another woman named Lorena Callie of, they wanted me to, Denise was acting like she wanted me to write about Lorena. And what I was supposed to do was see that and be like, come to the defense of Lorena and go after Denise instead. That's what they wanted me to do. That was the plan. Turns out Denise was Lorena the whole time. And she had sent me fraudulent, faked DCF reports that suggested that Lorena did not assault a child, but the other one did. Denise did. So that's how it started. It's evolved into much more than that. And we've seen now several instances, guys, of the woman involved in this, the mother, and not only her, but her friends who have defended her publicly. Anybody who's defended her publicly has gotten messages from this woman nonstop, and other people have restraining orders out against Lorena. Right? The mother's got one. Her 7-year-old's got one. The other people got one. Like a couple of her friends have one. I might have to get one. I don't know. It's like she found out my number on Monday, and she's been texting me nonstop. Now, I don't mind it because I'm just a witness in this. She's not threatening to kill me yet. I mean, she could try. I dare her. I mean, be perfectly honest with you. I dare you. I know you're watching this, Lorraine. I freaking dare you to. You won't. I'll tell you one thing, though. I wish your fucking boyfriend would. What am I going to say to you? You're a crazy fucking bitch, right? But I just want to point out, because I'm sure your boyfriend or your husband or whatever is listening to that. Your husband is the most emasculated waste of space excuse for a man. The worst waste of a dick in the history of XY chromosomes. That's your husband. I mean, I've never seen a more sad, pathetic man. I mean, when you peg him up the asshole with your dildo, right? What does he scream? That's what I want to know. What does he scream when you shove a dildo up his asshole? Because I'm sure that's what's happening. Because your husband, I mean, any man who would allow his child to be assaulted, but to choose pussy over his own freaking child is not a man, right? He knows all this is going on and he's standing by you. And I know you think that's, oh, he's my man, whatever. First of all, he's scared of you because he's a fucking pussy. That's what it comes to. He's a fucking pussy. And he's not a man enough to stand up to you. And that's the only kind of guy that you can have, Lorena, is an emasculated, weak man that you can walk all over and treat his daughter like shit, and he's not going to say shit to you because he's an emasculated pussy. And I'll tell you right now, Claudio or Sony, I mean, I'll meet you anywhere, anytime, buddy. I've never hated anyone as much as I hate you, sir. Right? I don't like your fucking wife because she's crazy and evil, and I think she's mentally ill. But you have no excuse. You are a fucking disgrace, and I hope you're listening to this, Claudio. You're a fucking pussy. You took down your Facebook page because you're afraid of them. I mean, what a fucking disgrace you are. I cannot get over what a fucking disgrace you are. I hate you with every single ounce of my body. Can you guys tell I'm taking this story personally? I don't usually get this emotionally involved in stories, but it's really, really pissing me off, guys. So, if you guys didn't see the story I dropped a few hours ago, all right? I have seen the text messages that this woman has sent, Denise and others, and they're so explicit. Go back and read the blogs if you haven't already. She specifically says several times, like, I'm going to kill your daughter. I'm going to enjoy it. It's going to be a great time, etc. We saw today in the blog that I put out a few hours ago that there are a lot of people have expressed skepticism about this. They've said, well, even people I know and respect, 10 minutes ago we were talking about this. They're like, I don't know. Some doesn't seem right. Why wouldn't the police, this has been going on for 2 years and the police don't do anything about it? Well, first of all, they have done something about it. I posted the court documents, guys. Look at the last thing, right? And I did not get those from the mother. I got those the legal way, okay, from a third party that's not involved in this. Those are the official documents. The police themselves in those documents state that this woman is violating the restraining order, right? She's facing criminal charges in court related to this, right? But she should also be in handcuffs because of the things she's doing every single day now. She's an imminent threat to this child. You saw in those court documents I posted. She's been going, guys. This is wild. She went to Rheingold Elementary School. Rheingold Elementary School is one of 4 elementary schools in Fitchburg. It happens to be the same school that Jeremiah Oliver, the little 5-year-old boy who was murdered from Fitchburg, I want to say almost 10 years ago, right? Very similar situation. Killed by his crackhead mother's boyfriend, right? And she's the Claudio, right? The mother of Jeremiah Oliver, that's Claudio in this situation. Doing nothing and allowing this monster to abuse your child. What a freaking clown he is. So anyway, how about forging? I assume you're not talking about the court documents, because that would suggest that the neutral third party that has no relation to anybody would have a motive to forge the court documents. No. You can also find those at masscourts.org. Trust me, the quicker you guys come to terms with this one and just accept it and swallow it that it's real, the better you'll be. I totally get the skepticism, and that's what I want to address here tonight. I totally get the skepticism with this one. I do. Because it's so wild, and you cannot believe the police are not doing anything about it, right? So my day today, I called 3 police departments. I called Holden Police Department, because that's one you're supposed to call first, because I got these messages. I got messages showing battered pictures of a child sent to me today, talking about how much she enjoys it. I got more yesterday, etc. So I'm a witness at this point. So I call up the police, then I call the Worcester police. I tell them about it. I know where this woman lives. She lives on Sunderland Road in Worcester, right? They send a policeman over to her house. I'm like, oh, here we go again. I know exactly what's going to happen. They're going to knock on the door. She's not going to answer, and that's going to be the end of it. Fuck that. If they thought you had like an ounce of pot in your house, they'd kick your goddamn door down. It's unbelievable that we treat drugs in this country more seriously than we do children. It's fucking a joke. Right? It's a joke. We never learned from our mistakes before. I mean, it's insane that Jeremiah Oliver happened in the same freaking city. So I called Detective Daigle, who I spoke with on Friday. Maybe he's not working today. I don't know. But his lack of action on this case and his lack of like a fire under his belly to get to the bottom of this. And I understand police do things and they don't put everything out there, whatever. I've seen enough, right? This woman is literally threatening to kill a child. End of story. I would like to point this out as well. Right? This is... Where'd it go? They have tomorrow. Is this the right one? No. Where'd it go? There it is. So tomorrow, I guess they have court. And this is a message that Lorena just sent about court tomorrow. Let me read this one to you. It says... Was the second part you were bragging about so much? LMAO, yikes, that shit is weaker than the first. Literally no facts. Shame on you. For someone who says they have so much, bunch of fake texts isn't so much. But again, it was good for the 15-hour fame and known story, LMAO, because that shit dead again. And I doubt Aiden is going to keep making those weak-ass articles. Ain't he got more to do? No, you're wrong about that one, Lorena. You got me messed up with somebody else. Guess not. What a bunch of losers. That shit was whacked. They're forgotten. Blah, blah, blah. I'll see Denise tomorrow. She should have been a little more careful. Can she run with a belly that big? Denise is pregnant. Haha. Since now everyone already knows I don't care to catch an extra charge for killing this broad. Hopefully, y'all find her body. Oh, but she's got a burner address, so it might not be fucking her. Oh, this might be Denise threatening to kill herself. I mean, you guys... Take off the tinfoil hats for a minute. Just understand some people are fucked up. I'm all for conspiracy theories and shit like that. This ain't one of them. There's too much shit that proves that it's fucking her. Open your eyes. Right? No, the FBI is not going to do anything. The state police aren't involved. I don't know why. Maybe they're writing tickets. I don't know. They're not involved in this. DCF, to my knowledge, DCF cannot enforce a restraining order, guys. They can't do that. So she's violating the restraining order. That's when the police get involved. It's their job now. She's broken the law. Just because she doesn't answer the door, what kind of fucking shit is that? I mean, that's their solution? I guess you can just break the law and then cops come to your door. I'm not going to answer. Aaron Hernandez never should have answered the door when the cops came to his house. Never would have gone to jail. Just don't answer the fucking door. That's the policy. What kind of shit is that? Somebody says, is she legal? I asked the same fucking thing today, and I usually don't ask that question because I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a little bit racist to be like, every time you see a Hispanic person, to be like, are they legal? Because we never do that with white people, do we? We never see like, some guy, Michael O'Connell. We never say, well, is he legal? Nobody ever asked that, right? But we always ask it with Latinos, so I kind of stay away from that. However, this woman is Brazilian. She's not Puerto Rican. All right, Puerto Ricans are American citizens. This woman is Brazilian. Right, and we saw like last what was it, February, Fupacho Grande, remember her in Falmouth? She was Brazilian, illegal immigrant, right? This woman came to this country, and she's fucking crazy. She's absolutely fucking crazy. And if she's not legal, that's another avenue to get her the fuck out of here. Jesus. Anyway, let's talk. So let me show you one more thing before I make a quick phone call here. This is a message another one that Lorena sent that I haven't posted yet. Giving you guys first. Lorena sent this to Denise. This is the YMCA, where she has a restraining order out against her as well, because the daughter goes to the YMCA a lot, and she knows it. So she takes a picture from inside the YMCA and sends it to her and says, "This place is so cool. Can't wait to be back. Lord Chelsea was so helpful showing me around. We saw the daughter again. Got some hugs and kisses. We'll be back tomorrow." This is insane. She's not supposed to be in there. She's naming, like, she name drops Chelsea because Chelsea's an employee there. How else would she know that if she wasn't inside? Open your eyes, guys. Open your eyes. Not everything's a conspiracy. Here's another one. This is the outside of it. "Just waiting for you to come pick her up. As you don't know my car, maybe y'all won't get run over or shot at. Will you know? Will you know?" Like, you're going to get shot at. "Be careful crossing the street with your daughter. I wouldn't want to be y'all." Imagine both y'all brains on the floor, like a little squirrel and shit. Oh my God, who would miss y'all? Sony already abandoned the daughter. Nobody would really care about. None of y'all, piece of shit. Bring the daughter to therapy. She clearly didn't tell you about our conversation last week. Her own daddy called her a lying piece of shit. Can you believe she resents that? She still resents that? I told her that once her mom and her family are gone, that we coming back to finish what we started. She started crying inside the Y, and nobody seen. LOL. I don't give a fuck, guys. Suppose this is Denise. So it's not, but suppose it is Denise. That right there alone, Fitchburg police should drop everything they're fucking doing and find out that, right? Because there's somebody sending these messages. Somebody is. And these are serious fucking threats of murder against a child. Murder. And they're just like, fuck it. We tried, knocked on the door, no one fucking came. Give me a fucking break. I support the police, but this is complete fucking bullshit. Fuck, there's lazy cops just like there's lazy everything else, guys. And this is fucking lazy, and somebody's gonna fucking die if they don't get off their fucking asses and do something about this. This is a fucking emergency, and it's simply unacceptable. And I saw a lot of people calling the Fitchburg Police Department. Good. Fucking flood them with phone calls. Make it unfucking acceptable. Unfucking acceptable that this isn't their immediate fucking priority tomorrow. Unacceptable. I'm fired up. Fired up. So, right now I'm going to make a phone call to Denise. We're going to get her on the line. I hope Denise answers.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Denise. How you doing?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. You surviving there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm happy
for now.
I'm happy to have you on because I've spoken to you before on the phone, and you sound like a perfectly reasonable, nice person, and so we've kind of got to know each other over the last week. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, under circumstances like this.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people when they're reading this, they're just like the cops were originally, they're like, who's the ratchet here? It's hard, they don't know. It's like, is this baby mama drama, whatever. Mm-hmm. So, why don't you tell us, how can people know for sure that you're the good guy here?
I mean, if you just look at everything that's there, it's blatantly obvious. Like, who in their right mind would be sending themselves shit like that about their own child? Like, I'm 6 months pregnant. Why would I be sending a text to myself saying that I'm going to cut my child out and eat it?
That's a great point.
Like, she's literally messaged me saying that she's going to make me eat my unborn child when she cuts it out of my stomach. That's fucking sick.
I know.
Like, there's been plenty of times where we have court hearings, and an hour, 2 hours after court, she's literally referencing what the judge said, or how she didn't get arrested today because the court case just got continued. Like, she will literally taunt me the whole fucking day.
Yeah. And this has been going on.
It's not like it's something that anybody would be able to text me. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Obviously,
I know exactly
it would be somebody
what you mean.
in that room. It's not
Yeah.
going to be my attorney.
Right.
It's not going to be her attorney.
Right.
I'm sure that the judge isn't going to fucking text me.
It's because I'll tell you one thing. I keep telling them, it's like, it's either Denise sending these to herself, which is fucking the wildest conspiracy theory I've ever heard. The amount of detail that we have to go into it's impossible. Believe me, I've covered my bases. I've looked this over. It's fucking impossible, guys. It's impossible.
Literally.
Yeah, and it's like obviously this other woman has the motive. She's obviously freaking nuts. Now you've been dealing this for 2 years, and
since 2017,
right?
Yep.
And people are acting kind of like, that the cops have been ignoring it. They haven't been ignoring it. I would just say, like for instance, there are court dates coming up, correct?
Yeah, we have court tomorrow morning, actually.
You have court in Fitchburg, correct?
Yeah.
Are you going to be safe
for the
there?
forged documents.
She's literally threatening your life there tomorrow.
Yeah, literally saying, what would happen if you just happened to disappear one of these days? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Now,
She's threatened to shoot me outside the YMCA. She's threatened to run me over with her car.
Yeah. Have you been? So is the district attorney's office prosecuting this?
To my knowledge, yes. But I haven't personally been in touch with them. Like I said, I have an attorney who's been pretty much taking care of all that stuff.
Okay.
As you saw today when I sent you that screenshot of the email from Detective Bagel,
yes.
That's all I ever get when I reach out to them. So I understand, like, the process is extensive and there's a lot they have to do, especially when she's generating new numbers every fucking 3 minutes. But at the same time, I don't understand why I have to keep being paranoid everywhere I fucking go.
I know.
Like, I don't feel comfortable going anywhere by myself or just me and my child because I don't know who the hell's watching me. It might not be her. It might be somebody for her.
I mean, I can't blame you at all. She's literally sending you pictures inside the YMCA. Inside. How did she get inside?
So the thing that happened there is, like, I actually kind of grew up in the YMCA, and I used to work there, so everybody knows me. Everybody knows my relationship with my child. Mm-hmm. They've been familiar with this since it's been started, you know what I mean? They have a copy of the restraining order also. So immediately when I got those screenshots, I called Chelsea, who's the child age director there, mm-hmm. and I told her what was going on. And so then she looked into it, so when I got there to pick up Mila, she was like, those pictures are available online. Mm-hmm. So she wasn't there physically, is what they were saying. Okay. But the fact that she's making the threats, and like I said, she mentioned Chelsea's name, and all that information, according to them, is available on the website. Okay. So, like, the way they see it is, like, the fact that she's even sending that and making those threats, they're concerned that she's actually planning something. And my daughter isn't the only person that goes to the YMCA. There's other children there. There's members there. So they're concerned for everyone.
And that's a great point, too, because the fact that she was... It was in the court documents. It didn't say that you alleged this. The police alleged this, that she was sitting outside of Rheingold Elementary School, and I believe it was your grandmother that got those messages.
No, my mom. Mila's grandmother.
Oh no, so her grandmother. Correct. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So your mother. I assume she sends them to your mother because she knows she can't contact you. Is that why? Why would she send them?
Yeah. She's not allowed to contact me, even though she had.
Even though she does anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, my attorney had spoke to her attorney and basically told her that she needed to cut the shit. And literally from that day, she hasn't texted me. And I didn't know this until the day after my attorney had that conversation. He called me. It was on a Saturday. Apparently, he had spoke to the other person on that Friday. Mm-hmm. So he called me Saturday and was like, how is everything? When's the last time she contacted you? So I checked my phone while I was on the phone with him, and I was like, it hasn't been since Thursday. Mm. And so he was like, she didn't contact you at all yesterday? And I was like, no, why? And that's when he started to tell me about the conversation that he had with the other attorney.
Oh, okay. Oh. Now, it's just like, so I've been the victim of threats and stuff like that before. And it's weird, like, somebody from the DA's office reaches out to you because you're a victim. You're saying that no one from Joe Early's office has reached out to you as... Like,
no, they've just sent me, like, letters whenever there's a court hearing.
Yeah.
And, like, the letters that I received, because the police were the ones that put in the charges, I don't have to attend certain hearings.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we have a clerk's hearing because I filed charges myself on the identity fraud and the forged documents because of the 3 documents that she forged electronically.
Okay. Yeah.
And the way that we know it was her too is because they were mailed. One of them was mailed in, and the envelope has her address on it.
Wait, so what, mailed in where?
Mailed into the courthouse. It was done online, signed electronically, and then mailed into the courthouse.
Oh, okay. So it has her what
address? It had her address on the envelope and stuff like that. But then there's a copy of her signed affidavit that only she herself could sign in person, signature, and the handwriting matches the signatures on the forged documents. Like, literally identical.
Unbelievable. Now, and I haven't even gone much into this. I believe that she she forged your signature on some documents, like I believe it was to cancel child support payment and stuff like that. And then you found out about it and you're like, what the hell? I didn't. Is that how it went down?
Yeah, that's how it was for everything.
Insane.
The first one was a motion to terminate the restraining order that I have against her on behalf of my daughter.
Yep.
And so someone at the courthouse called me the day before the hearing.
Yep.
And was like, hey, Denise, do you know you have court tomorrow? And I was like, no, why would I have court tomorrow? And they were like, oh, it's about restraining order or whatever.
Yep.
So I was under the impression that it was going to be about one of the violations that she has already. Mm-hmm. So I get there, and I'm with the victim witness advocate who had been coming with me. She works with the Fitchburg Police Department.
Oh, really? Okay.
And we go up to the podium, and he starts talking, the judge, and he's like, okay, so this is a motion to terminate the restraining order. And we both look at each other, and I'm like, no. I'm like, why would I terminate an order for someone who's been threatening to murder me and my child for the last 2 years?
Oh, my.
And so he's looking at it, and he was like, oh, it was done online? He's like, you didn't do this. And I was like, no. And so he showed me, and I was like, that's not even my signature. And so then he looks at her, because she was there that day too, and he was like, ma'am, do you have anything to do with this? And she was like, no, I was surprised myself. She was like, I thought after the custody hearing that was last week. And I was like, what custody hearing? Apparently there was a hearing held in Worcester that I had no idea about, because that was the second document that she had forged, was for a motion for shared custody, which I would never fucking do. And so when we looked into it, apparently he attended the hearing. And when my lawyer found the form, the reason for it said that me and him were back in a romantic relationship and that we lived together.
She wrote that on the document.
Yes. And the reason I didn't get the document is because the mailing address provided was their address, and it had his phone number.
And they assumed you lived together.
Yeah. Going by that.
And I guarantee that she thought that out, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, it goes along with everything she does. Like, everything this woman has done, starting from the moment that she contacted me with that, manipulated, photoshopped post that I allegedly made. Like, this is what she does. She's meticulous. This is diabolical. Mm-hmm. How old is she? In her mid-20s, early 30s?
I think she's like a year younger than me, and I'm 27.
How did Claudio meet her?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about how they met or how they came about.
I mean, it's like, so, and because she does have some legal history in the past. I mean, at least with her old name, Arojo, you look her up and, there's a lot of stuff in there. Nothing too serious. But it's like, I just wonder how long she's been doing stuff like this and getting away with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, in my case, it's been 2 years. So.
Yeah. So what's up with DCF? Are they involved in this at all?
They're not currently involved. They were involved.
Yeah.
And they got involved in the beginning because of her. As you saw on the report from her phone number, an anonymous reporter was making false allegations against me. Saying that my child was malnourished, that I abused my child, all this crazy shit.
Yep.
So they ended up going to my daughter's school.
Yep.
And they pulled her out of class and they asked her about whatever was on there. And she was like, no, that's not true. She's like, my mom doesn't hurt me. I feel safe at home. But someone at dad's house is hurting me. Mm-hmm. When the investigator asked her who, she said, I told mommy. That's when I received a call that afternoon, and I met with Jillian Gerardo at my home. Mm-hmm. And so when I met with Jillian, she asked me what was going on. I told her.
Who's Jillian? She's DCF?
She was the DCF investigator.
Okay, gotcha.
So she basically meets with you first, and then they decide if they need to open a case or whatnot.
Gotcha.
So she talks to me separately in the room. Yeah. Then she talks to Mila separately in the room, and that's when Mila had disclosed to her what had happened at her dad's house, that Lorena had caused it, what she used to shave her eyebrows, like literally describing in detail what happened to her.
I didn't realize the stuff about the urine too. She made her drink urine?
So I don't know if that's true.
I mean, that's what it says
me
in
and the detectives feel like a lot of the stuff that she's saying was to get under my skin kind of thing. And that type of stuff my daughter did not disclose.
Why is
so
it in the court
I don't think that stuff is true, but she shaved her eyebrows, she cut her hair off, she from the midpoint of her head down to her nape, she literally cut it to an inch long, and she chopped the rest of it to her shoulders. And my daughter used to have hair down to her butt.
She just wants to make her look ugly.
Yeah, that's right. And she would call her names, and she said that she would get hit if she cried. Like, she literally would tell my mom all this. She told my mom all this first.
Jesus, man. I'm sorry.
And that's when we went to the court, and then that's when we ended up getting that whole DCF call. So I don't know if that was in retaliation because she received the summons, because that was when I first tried getting the restraining order for Mila.
Yeah.
But that's literally how all this shit started.
Yeah. It's like, I don't understand how you've been dealing with this for like the last 2 years and you're not going freaking insane.
I mean, I have, honestly. Like, I'm not going to sit here and act like I've just been sitting here calm. Like, there's plenty of times where I've lost my shit. I cry a lot.
I can hear it in your voice.
Like, when I have to think about what my daughter went through.
Yeah.
And just even the fact that my family's been going through this. Like, my mom even has a no abuse order against her.
And your friends.
My mom's about to be fucking 60. Like, why should she be worrying about something like that?
I assume your mother's gotten threats as well.
Yeah, she's gotten plenty of threats.
Yeah.
She's gotten threats that she was going to come to the house, that she was going to beat the shit out of my mom, that she was going to kill her.
I mean, this isn't like, because I've been, the last 24 hours, I'm on her list. Like, and I get one, like, there was a point yesterday, within 1 hour, I got messages from 4 burner numbers. I don't know how she does it, but it's just one burner number after the next.
Yeah, I've had to change my number several times.
And
my old phone, like, if I literally go through my blocked call list, I shit you not, there's more than 60 numbers in there.
Unbelievable. I mean, Jesus Christ. You never respond when she messages you, right?
Yeah, sometimes I will, just to try to get her to say things that I can prove it's her.
Yep.
But other than that, like, I won't even respond. I'll block her, and then another number will come up.
Okay.
I'll block that one, and then 3 numbers come up. Like, it's fucking insane. She does the same to Courtney. She's done the same to my friend Janisa. Like, she's bothered anybody who interacts with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, when's the last time Claudio saw your daughter? I mean, does he see her at all? Does he have any custodial rights?
No, there's nothing going on at all.
So
she filed that motion for shared custody, which I wouldn't do. I don't want him anywhere near my child.
Yeah,
he allowed this to happen.
When's the last time you saw her?
Either end of 2017, beginning of 2018, because at the beginning, we were under the impression that he didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, like, before she came around, my daughter and him had a great relationship.
Yeah, oh yeah, I saw it. Because
I wouldn't have in a million years thought that he would harm her. So I don't think he harmed her. I think he harmed her by not protecting her, but I don't think he physically harmed her.
Yeah, I mean,
at the beginning, I wasn't trying to separate that relationship because she loves her dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, when he wasn't defending her and he was actually siding with the person who, like, what 5-year-old is going to make that up?
Oh, yeah, totally.
If a 5-year-old lies, they're going to lie about, like, oh, that's not mine, or I didn't do that, or that's mine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some little shit like that.
Like,
no 5-year-old is going to sit there and say that, oh, my stepmom shaved my eyebrows off, and she hit me, and she took my toys, and she called me ugly. Like, who's going to say all that?
No,
a 5-year-old, really?
Yeah. Like, I'm looking right now, because back before he took his Facebook page down, like, you go through his page, and, like, there's pictures of him with her as a baby. Like, he's falling asleep with her, looking like the nice dad. Like, I don't understand how I mean, I'm a father too. I just can't understand how anybody can, like, love a kid, like, have, like, that bond with their daughter, and then just be like, well, here's a nice piece of ass. I'm just going to ditch you now. Like, I don't understand that.
And that's what honestly hurt the most too, because like I said, they had a great relationship. He was a great father. I don't understand how he just was like, fuck it, and just, like, literally abandoned her.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So I mean, do you have anyone coming with you to court tomorrow?
What was that?
Do you have anyone coming with you to court tomorrow? Like, I mean,
my boyfriend comes with me, but she's made threats to harm him too. You know what I mean? And like I said, it might not be her who does it. But
I mean, does she have assistance?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know anything about this person. All I know is that she's married to my daughter's father. Like, I don't know anything about her. I didn't know who she was before. I've never seen her before.
An interest in being with him.
I don't know.
What is her? It's like just fucking madness. I've never seen it. I mean, some people are just crazy. I mean, and they need to be in mental institutions or whatever. And I just don't understand the lack of fire coming out of. And I read the email from Detective Daigle today, and like I said, and like you've said, it's like, it just seems like, well, we didn't hear from them, so guess that's the end of that. Maybe they'll call tomorrow. I don't know. It's like, but she's threatening to kill me. Like, what? Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, okay, so I'm just supposed to sit here?
Yeah.
Like, in hope she doesn't actually do it?
Yeah. I mean, your kid goes to the same school that Jeremiah Oliver went to. You'd think they would learn.
Yeah, and that's what I told them. I was like, this is the reason that kids end up getting killed, because there's signs there, and, like, I'm going to you for help. I've been coming to you for help from the beginning. I could have just went and tried to beat her ass.
Yeah.
But that wasn't going to fucking protect my kid.
No, of course not.
So I'm going to the people that should be helping me to do that, and it's like, I don't know if I feel like they're doing their job, if they're dragging their feet. Like, it just, I don't understand why it's taking so long for something to get done for us to feel safe.
I just think that human beings by nature, in any job or whatever, it's like some people are just lazy. You know what I mean? Like, they just put things off. They got other shit to do. I don't think they're taking your story. I think they just like, you know what? This bitch is crazy. She's just nuts. She's writing things. She's not actually doing it. But the fact of the matter is she has assaulted your child before. So we know what she's capable of, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's stressful. You know what I mean? It takes a toll when, like, I get messages while I'm at work, like, oh, I'm about to be at the YMCA and I'm going to kill your daughter and you're not going to see her ever again. And by 4 p.m. today, she's going to be dead. Like, what the fuck? Yeah,
Willie in the comments says that DCF helps parents like her. She needs to continue to pursue that avenue. Have you thought about that?
With DCF?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about that. It's like, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, like, now that the restraining order's out there, now it's a police issue, right? It's not a DCF issue, is it?
Yeah, DCF couldn't even, like, they wouldn't be able to help me get anything.
Yeah.
They just refer, like, oh, this is what you should do and these are the steps to take.
Right, okay, all right, gotcha.
But they can't just sit there and write one out for you.
Yeah.
And I don't really think in this case that there's much that they can do for me.
Yeah.
Like, my daughter doesn't go there. You know what I mean? We don't have any custodial agreement. So in their eyes, she's safe as long as she's not near them.
Yeah.
But what's going to stop them from coming near me?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why don't we, I'm sure there's a lot of people watching right now, and I'm sure you want to go to bed or whatever because you got a big day tomorrow. But if anybody has any questions, let me know in the comments right now. I can ask her any questions or me any questions. Give you guys a couple minutes, and then we'll call it a night. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, they can. They should open a case on Dad, especially. I mean, have they opened a case on Dad before?
I mean, when they opened the case, it was basically to look into the home, and they were both supported for neglect.
Yeah, he was. That's right. I saw that. It was in the DCF report. So they've done that, you know.
Yeah, they've already done that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why people have so much faith in DCF. Like, have you guys seen the news? I mean, DCF has a really, really bad track record of kids dying. I don't know if you guys noticed that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure where people got this DCF is the savior thing. How's your daughter doing through all this?
I mean, she's been good. Not that I had to, I felt like I had to get her into therapy when this first started. So she was going to counseling for about a year or so, and, you know, the counselor started seeing improvements and whatnot. And one of the main reasons I wanted her to go to is because, you know, sometimes kids will keep things to themselves if they feel like it's going to upset someone. And I was just feeling like if there was anything else that happened, I wanted her to feel comfortable to open up and let somebody know.
Yeah. I mean,
because there would be no way that I would know unless she told me, you know what I mean?
No, I totally.
And so that was one of my main concerns because she was 5 years old. She's a girl. You know what I mean? She obviously didn't get what was going on.
Yeah.
She just knows that somebody that should have been, you know, protecting her wasn't, and somebody was hurting her.
Yeah. Somebody else asks, as the father of your child, do you personally hold Sony more responsible than the stepmom?
Honestly, yeah.
I would too.
Because that was his place to protect her. And obviously, like I said, I don't think he was there when it happened. I feel like a lot of the stuff she's saying is to get under my skin and to get me to react. But I feel like had he been more present, there would have never been an opportunity for it to happen. I feel like even though he wanted to, you know, not believe that his wife would hurt her, I feel like when she was trying to tell him what was going on, he should have at least tried to get to the bottom of it and listen to his kid.
Yeah.
Especially with the relationship that they had. And that's honestly, I'm more disappointed with him than anyone. Because had he done something, it could have prevented everything that's still happening right now.
What's your relationship with him like?
We don't have a relationship. Like, we've been done for years. We co-parented very well. We didn't always get along, me and him. Like, we did butt heads a lot on certain things.
Yeah.
But when it came to Mila, he was always there. He did his part. You know what I mean? At the beginning, he was paying his child support faithfully. And then, like I said,
he's employed,
little by little, things just started changing. I have no idea.
We saw the arrest.
To my knowledge, yes, but
I think it was last year. He's arrested for selling heroin. But I read the DCF reports, and he told them that he worked in Rhode Island with Granite or something. I forget what he did. And I looked on his Facebook page, and it looks like he works with his hands. So it looks like he has skills, and he could be working. I just don't. It seems like he's thrown his whole life away for this woman.
Yeah, and then, I mean, you also see in the DCF report, too, when he was interviewed, he said it himself that report was malicious, that I'm a great mom, that I would never hurt my child.
Right.
So it's like, it obviously shows the kind of relationship that we had, in the sense that we at least had respect for each other when it came to the parenting aspect of it.
Yeah.
We didn't have to like each other. We didn't have to be friends or get along. But when it came to Mila, we tried to at least, come to some sort of neutral agreement on certain things.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. Any other questions, guys, before we call it a night? People are saying, tell her to reach out to the Domestic Violence Coalition in Massachusetts, but she's not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they do, but I'm not sure if you're a victim of domestic violence.
Yeah, I don't think that really applies here.
Let's see. All right. Any other questions, guys, before we call it a night? All right, so I thank you. I'm sure with this bleeding, I'm not stopping with this one. I'm like so personally invested at this point, so we're not going to stop. And I urge people to keep contacting the authorities. Don't let this one go, guys. This is a really, really important story. I mean, you're fighting for to protect a child. What else is bigger than that? What else is more important than that? So
yeah, at the end of the day, it's not even about me. It's about my daughter.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep this going, and we appreciate it, and thank you for coming on with us, and we'll talk soon, okay?
All right, sounds good. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. So that you heard that. It's going to be interesting to see how the court date goes tomorrow with them. But I hope that cleared things up for you. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed hearing from her, because when I talk to her, it's like I know her ratchet when I hear one. When I talk to one, when I hear this woman, it's like she's articulate. She is goal oriented, and a lot of people are like, well, why isn't she? Because they're like, if I was me, I would be freaking the fuck out. You know what I mean? And you could hear it in her voice, guys. Like she was trembling a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys picked up on that. Like, I would be scared too. Maybe she just shows it in different ways. So, whatever. All right. So why don't we call it a night, guys? And we will see you guys tomorrow morning, actually, 9:00. When this is going, I can't make it to Fitchburg that early. I'd go, but we'll hear from her after, I'm sure. But I'll be back tomorrow morning for my morning live show. We'll have some different things to talk about, I'm sure, and we will see you all then. All right, peace to our riders.